deal with video and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so Pastor G, introduce yourself to the people and then tell us how it was recording my favorite song, Mandiba.
All right. Hi, my name is Stanley Gwanzura, aka Pastor G. I'm behind the scenes right here with Richard Njau. Yeah.
From Zimbabwe.
From Zimbabwe. Yeah, Zimbabwe. I want to talk about a little bit of my experiences on how Nairobi shaped me as a musician, even though I'm from Zimbabwe. The years between 2006 to 2008 were very critical in my life as an artist, and I got to meet 3 producers who blew my life apart in terms of how I approach music. The first one is Robert Kamanzi,
aka RK.
aka RK. The other one is Crucial Keys, Aaron Rimbui, and also Kanji Mbugwa. And I'll tell you, when I came into Nairobi 2006, working with African Rhythms of Worship, I decided also to record 2 tracks for my next album. And I recorded, the first track I recorded was a song called Mandiba. And I did it at the Kijiji Records studio, just down Ngong Road, where Ngong Road tends, you know. And I remember it was at Kanji's house, but the studio was in the cottage.
Yeah, in the servants' quarters.
Yes, in the servants' quarters, yeah. So I remember how Aaron shaped the song, this idea that I had. Mandiba means you have given us. Yeah, you've given me. You know, and so I was talking about a new season in my life, a new level in my life. And so Aaron helped me shape this song so that it could come out in a particular way. But also, apart from that, Kanji Mbugwa helped me push my vocals. I could not believe that it was me singing. The way he arranged the harmonies, I was with one of my backing vocalists, Rumbi Sengwayo, and we did the BVs for that song there at Kijiji.
BVs being background vocals.
Background vocals, yes. And Kanji just blew apart every concept that I had on how to arrange backing vocals. And that's why I've been a Kanji fan all these years. And so we did this song, and it is one of my favorite songs called Mandiba, You Have Given Me. But also apart from that, you know, meeting people like Robert Kamanzi, RK, shaped and changed my whole understanding. I began to appreciate music from a whole new creative level. You see, it's another thing being a neighborhood champion in your own area, in your own country. You know, you're the champion in Zimbabwe, but you think that you're the donor, you're the biggest, or you're the best, or whatever. You're the best creative person there. But it's a different thing when you get exposure and you go to another country. You see, exposure informs creativity. And so I discovered, with my exposure to people like Kanji, people like Aaron, people like Robert Kamanzi, that shaped Pito Dera, many other people shaped my whole approach in terms of how to deliver a song. And so for me, Nairobi, in particular, is got a very special place in my heart. So creativity does inform. Exposure does inform creativity. The more exposure you have, the more you travel, the more you expose yourself to different creative elements and creative forces and creative people, the better your creativity is informed. You're able to begin to shape and build whatever you're building in a better way and in a more relevant way, if you allow yourself to be exposed. Yeah. Don't think that you can be just you can be a neighborhood champion. You are known in your neighborhood for being the best, but it means nothing if you have not been exposed.
Let me ask you a question, Pastor
Yes.
G. What made you record a version of Mfalme Mkuu by Kanji? Is it because of how he had inspired you?
Part of the reason is because I see Kanji as a major inspiration in my musical journey. I cannot even begin to mention it. I don't think he's got the idea or knows that how much what sort of impact he had in me those years. The year was 2006. You can imagine that's almost 12 years ago. Yeah. But that impact was so much. But also just the way Mfamem Ku was arranged, and it was a collaboration between three gurus.
Again, you're right.
Yeah, the same gurus who influenced me. They influenced me apart, but now they were influencing me together. The song was composed together with RK, Kamanzi, Aaron, and Kanji. And it just blew me when I first watched it on YouTube. And this was before Richard we met when you came to Harare. It was just weeks before that. I'd been listening to it and watching it on YouTube. Then, of course, through Richard Njau, he managed to network me with Kanji again. I was sent the music files for Famemku. Then I did a Shona version of it called Imindimi. You can actually look for it on YouTube in terms of the lyric version of that song. It's there. I decided not to shoot a video because Kanji shot a video for Famemku, which is a great video, so I didn't want to spoil that. But you can get a lyric version of that if you want to see how Famemku sounds in Shona.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then now on top of that, you went into the studio, which was my first time seeing you work in the studio, and you recorded another version called Baba.
I did a song with a very outstanding female artist from Kenya, Mercy Njoki.
First of all, the story of how that happened was how you connected was very weird.
I was sitting, well, in fact, I was going to Nando's to meet my wife and to get something to eat. And I bumped into these two people who looked like they knew me. And I could vaguely remember, I said, I know this face. And believe me, I could not believe that it was actually Easter. I knew him as Easter back in the day. That was his stage name, Richard Njau, and it was you, Richard. And then we sat. We spoke for about 30 minutes or so. Then I said, "Listen, I'll pick you up from your hotel."
No, in fact, you didn't even do that. You told me, "Hey, dude, in my car right now,
I'm
playing your wife's music."
Yes, I was playing one of your wife's songs. I'm trying to remember the
Nyongoze.
Yeah, that one. Yes, I downloaded Famemku. I downloaded another lady from Zambia called Chilesha Walia. I was trying to get a couple of fields just of African artists, and Mercy was one of the artists that came across when I'd listened to Famemku. Because you see, on YouTube you get a recommendation of similar artists, and I got the buy-in into the music of Mercy. And that's how then we sat down 2 days later in a studio in Harare, owned by a friend of mine, DS, with DS's wife, Petronella, and Mercy, and we did a song, powerful worship song, which I think one day we'll record a music video for, God allowing, maybe Mercy and Richard coming down here, or we going to Kenya. And we're going to do a song called Baba. Baba was a song that speaks about God as our Father. And it's a deep worship song done in Swahili, Shona, and English. Performed by Mercy Njoki, Pastor G, and Petronella Sengwayo.
Yeah. You also did a cover for now one of Mercy Njoki's songs.
Yes, I did. You're so right. A song produced by RK.
Again,
yes.
Sifa is our version.
Sifa, yeah. And I call it Akuna Mumwe. Biri. I call it Biri.
Biri.
Yeah. Biri ku nashe. Yes. So Biri means praise. Let the praise be to God. Yeah. And so I did a Shona version of that. And another friend of mine in Zambia has done a Bemba version. Her name is Rachel. I'm seeing in a couple of weeks, and I'll see if did she send you the files?
Yeah, she sent me the files. But that song, when we gave it back to RK had actually, he was on his exit to America.
All right.
So I've got like 3 versions of that song that are yet to be mixed and mastered.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's been a pleasure, Pastor G, just hearing.
Yeah, so that's my story. And so I'm also doing a collab with Alice Kimanzi.
Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah, we are working on it with Gideon Kimanzi. Mm-hmm. It's still in the pipeline. We're just hoping that within the next couple of weeks it should be ready for your consumption. I'm looking to doing collabs with Pitson and also Noel Nderetu. Yeah.
Deritu.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Cool, man.
Yeah.